A very foggy hello from the coast near San Francisco. This September 29th, 2020, I want to read on October's coronavirus. I've been getting hits that from the get-go, if you look back at my coronavirus readings, which is a playlist, you can look there and see that I predicted 2 waves. So this winter I do think is going to be bad. For some people more than others, but it's still going to, I think, kick back up. So I'm going to just do another reading and look at this second wave, because I did see it back in March, I believe it was. I began posting about the coronavirus, maybe even late February. But regardless, that doesn't really matter so much. Was that I predicted 2 waves that I felt, and I do think this winter and fall and winter rather, are going to be bad in places where especially they just haven't done what they need to do. And with the coronavirus, that's what we all have to do, like it or not. Shelter, pretty much in place or not. You quarantine, and the people that don't and that want to get out there too fast, especially to bars and this kind of stuff, are going to continue to spread this stuff. We just cannot take a lackadaisical attitude. It's not just your typical flu. This stuff takes healthy young people down. All right, so without furthermore being said, I'm going to look at, I want to see what the ancestors and the Creator have to say, to share with regarding the coronavirus this fall and winter. And is this the final kind of, will it dissipate after this? That's what I want to know. If it will gradually dissipate after this fall and winter. So I want to look at its activity. How's it going to be for the United States? King of Swords. Well, there's Trump. Page of Cups. A very half measure response. Superficial. The world and strength. Enduring. Second wave. Also, I get that with that card. And it won't just be United States. It goes global, world. And we have to get on top of it. There's the message. You have to get on top of it and control it. You can't, and the only way to control it is by quarantine. And there's just, people want to argue about it. The proof will be in the pudding. Truly. Because people that go out early and don't keep up with masking and sanitization, this sort of thing, dropping their guard down because they're sick and tired of it, well, that's really childish. They're the ones that are going to be really the spreaders of this second wave. And the message will be clear from the virus itself. The only way that you can effectively deal with it is to do the hard work, and potentially longer than you'd like, quarantine. I'm not going to lie to you. I know a lot of people don't like the quarantine. I don't like it either. But I think there's certain kinds of work that people need to do on themselves, and the quarantine is truly in its essence, a divine given time to do that inner work that you need to do on yourself, and that's part of what this is about. So the people that don't want to do that and want to engage in my opinion, childish antics and foolishness will not only endanger themselves, but other people, more importantly, perhaps. And I do see that happening. And I do see Trump, and I see this second wave of this virus. And the world is working to try and get a grip on it. So yeah, I do think this October and through to the end of winter, I think is going to be very difficult if you're not prepared to be, living quarantine. It's all in your attitude. It does get to you, but a lot of it is in your attitude. Trust. I live this life pretty much 24/7 anyway. But I know for other people it's very hard adjustment. The Hermit. 8 of Cups, the Hermit, the 10 of Wands, the Queen, Queen of Swords, I feel like there will be this winter, especially the way the colors change, and I go into this blue-white that looks very much and feels very much cold and snowy. And that there's heaviness, there is a burden with the 10 of Wands and a Queen of Swords. I think she's in the medical doctor, leader type of person, government maybe, but more science I get. There could be somebody that leaves. The female. Who's that female that Trump has in his pocket dealing with the pandemic? Wasn't there some woman? I think she could bounce. Honestly, it's going to become too much for her. I see a Queen of Swords, and I see the weight of the world upon her shoulders, literally, the world. And the 10 of Wands is just like the max of stress. And she's trying to get control with the Strength card. And I'm feeling like this is Trump, and this is the second wave, and I'm feeling like this is a female who's in place somehow to deal with this, and I feel like she could leave. Abandon. Just too much. So she could leave her office. And it will be active. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's the 8 of Wands. So if you're wise, keep to the quarantine. I'm not, saying that to make you miserable, but use it to deepen who you are. And don't depend on outer resources of entertainment so much. Where I grew up, we had to entertain ourselves. We didn't have access to go and find something to constantly, we had to create it. So I'm used to doing that. I know not everyone is. And if you haven't been, then you need to develop it. And this can be very trying time for people even that are fairly much hermits anyway. But I see that this woman could leave. Yeah. Oh my God. Temperance. Again, the message about how you've got to handle something. I don't know if Trump is going to get in this woman's way of trying to manage, I think, a second wave during the fall and winter. That is very bad. 8 of Wands. And they're trying to get a grip on it to go in a different way, trying to get control of it. I see particularly a woman, and I see there's some feeling of abandonment or being on one's own. And I take this to mean also that it's quite possible she's thinking of leaving. It could also be that if she's there and she chooses to stay with this considerable stress, she's going to feel like she's doing this all on her own. That there's just, it's all on her, truly. And there's going to be a lot of deaths. I have death. I have the 8 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and Temperance. And the message is you're going to have to tinker with this pandemic behavior and do it what you should be doing, not running out there and you have to handle this carefully, thoughtfully, because the deaths will start to go up again. And I think not only in America but elsewhere around the world it will spike again. And we're going to see another very activated cycle of this virus. Yes. So I leave you with that. Queen of Pentacles and 2 of Cups. There are women that I think, I see 2 women back and forth that are working on something for this country. Justice. To get justice for those who are ill and for those for whom are, that I think Trump would have going without. There will be a legal inner battle about how this is dealt with in concern to Trump's administration, and it will be a very deadly cycle. The deaths are on him. They really are. What more can I say? Please take care of yourselves and those who are more vulnerable. Look out for them. Be a nuisance. Just do it. All right? All right. You guys take care. I'm taking it easy today. I have a lot of readings I'm doing, so I'm behind the scenes for people that are very, very close to me, so I'm a little busy, and I will get back to you. All right? All right.